That work? I think so. Let's scoot in a little bit. All right. Gotta find good balances here. 35 for the audio. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Welcome back to the Rockies franchise here. We played a game the other day, actually I guess yesterday, and then I've simulated quite a bit since then. So obviously we have some bad games here and there. I've actually won a few games in player mode, so it's kind of fun. You can see offense I think has been okay. But defense has been kind of hit or miss. I feel like in user pitching, the pitchers haven't been too bad, but I feel like in simulation, they've been awful. We actually beat the Dodgers here, so this was a really nice one, where they had one pitcher, Scott Barlow, blow a lot. Their offense was really good, but our offense was just better. It came down to having the better offense than theirs. We ended up getting 6 hits with 5 RBIs, so pretty efficient day there. Have to do something about that catcher. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the footage of that, but there was a game here. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this Milwaukee game. We blew this game. Can I see like a play-by-play? Not sure if it shows play-by-plays, but we blew this game here with an error. Yeah, I'm not sure if it shows it. Dropped several balls, threw the ball poorly, just kind of how it went down. And then we won some user games here. Actually beat the White Sox, the Giants as well. So that was pretty fun. But let's go ahead and get into another game here against the Rangers. Just get a little bit more time in before we start the season. And to this point through the preseason, of course, Nolan Jones is on fire. Batting .447 with 3 home runs already. Hi, buddy. Yeah, you can come up here. That's fine. 3 home runs. He's batted in 10 RBIs. Really, really great season or spring for him so far. And only 38 at-bats. That's the crazy thing. I think Tovar's done pretty well. I'm still thinking on extending him. On base percentage, though, look at that for Nolan Jones. .523. That's incredible. Even the slugging, 868 is really good. If we go over to WAR, this will be what really shows you. Only 0.5, though. What if that's because of his fielding? It's only 0.5 wins above replacement, but this roster doesn't have anybody really in the positives anyway. Charlie Blackmon's really, really cold. I don't know if this is going to end up working out for us long term. Britton Doyle, someone who I really want to do better. With his speed, you want him to get a lot of stolen bases. But he's struck out a ton so far. 14 strikeouts. And let's see. Grounded into stolen base percentage. Perfect. He has not failed a stolen base attempt yet. But the problem is he hasn't really gotten any hits. So he's only gotten 6 hits, only 1 RBI, and only 1 stolen base. So that's not good enough for a guy like Britton Doyle. With his speed, he should be getting stolen bases all the time. He's actually got 99 speed in game because of my coaching boosts I have. The problem is his contact. He's a great defender. He's almost a perfect defender. I mean, you can see everything except reaction is 100%. With his speed, basically a perfect defender. But at 26 years old, you know, how much more is that batting really going to increase? Let's see what we have him training on. I don't know if I have him training for that. Britton Doyle, batting cages. So we have him in the batting cages, but it's just not going well. Something we're going to have to keep an eye on. I really wouldn't like to lose him, but if he doesn't get much better, then it's just not going to work out for us. I think Colton Wong's been a good signing so far. 286 on the spring here, 419 on base percentage. He's got 3 home runs. I think I hit the home run with Charlie Blackmon, right? So if you take away my 1 home run, then he's only hit 6 times and only has 1 home run. Those numbers are terrible. I'm actually boosting his numbers considerably. Eloy Montero's been really, really solid. At a 67 overall, you wouldn't expect that, but he's actually batting 308. I've hit multiple times with him in user, so that's pretty fun. Aaron Hicks, not quite where we want him to be, but again, it's not the new season yet, so that's fine. Jeremy De La Rosa, I think, has bat pretty well, pinch hitting a few times. And then with that 76 speed, of course, he's also a base stealing threat. And then Drew Romo's been terrible. This is where we really have to figure something out, because if we want to have any chance at being competitive this season, we have to improve here. And in fact, Willie McIver is actually batting better than Drew Romo is. So you can see about, 14 more at-bats for Romo, but the same number of hits, essentially. 4 RBIs for McIver. Numbers are better here. On-base percentage is better. Even his slugging's better. On-base plus slugging's pretty good. And then he struck out quite a bit, actually. So that's something to consider. I don't know, does this show errors? His fielding has actually been worse than Drew Romo's, apparently. Maybe it was Willie McIver I had in that failed so many times. Does this show errors anywhere? I'm not seeing it. And then something else we have to consider is how well do people bat with runners in scoring position. That's probably one of the most important stats here. Colton Wong, again, fantastic on this front. Aaron Hicks has been pretty good. Nolan Jones, excellent. Tovar, a little less so in that category. So, wait, what is this? This is in away games. Sorry. Man, I don't know what I'm looking at. How do I sort? There we go. Aaron Hicks, really good. Colton Wong, really good. Even CJ Crone has been good. And then Montero, Jones, and Tovar. So those are kind of our best players there we can see. I kind of just wanted to sit on this one for a while. Should you not be looping? Is there a playlist? Yeah, I don't want the playlist. No, thank you. Clear the playlist. Oh, now we have nothing. There we go. We will switch up the music. I am going to find new music. Well, I have found music, but I need to actually look into it. One thing we're going to do is we're going to change in the lineups. Drew Romo with Willie McIver. Now, McIver doesn't have theoretically as good of stats, but I mean, you really can't argue with results, right? So we'll switch them, and we'll have Willie McIver bat 9th here, and same thing here. Yeah, he's actually better against lefties anyway, so we'll switch McIver in. We'll see how he does fielding, but let's go ahead and get into this game against the Rangers. I have a slightly new pitching bullpen. I signed, let me look at that real quick too. Lineups, no. Pitching rotation. So we still have our starting 5. I do think I might look to move on from someone like Kyle Freeland and Herman Marquez. I'll probably trade them, or if that's not an option, I don't know. Oscar has been terrible as well. I think he's going to be someone we have to actually put down at AAA for now. But we brought in Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb is 37 years old. I figured at this point in his career, typically guys like this, it seems like they might change into relievers. We're keeping him at starting pitcher for now. I don't know if that really matters, but he has 75 stamina, so he'll be plenty good at long reliever. And I love his velocity and break here. His control's not bad, and then his pitching clutch are pretty okay. His numbers per nines across the board are actually really solid. 72 walks per 9, and then 47 hits per 9 is probably his worst area. Performs better at home. He was actually an all-star in 2023. So 2 years ago, he was an all-star. Then, of course, we still have our other bullpen, which I think our bullpen has been better than our starters so far. I'm really hoping to see Walker Buehler play better, but in this game, we're going to get Kyle Freeland. Let's go ahead and hop into it, though. And we might do some skipping around today. Once this, there'll be overcast. Let's actually, yeah, that's fine. Overcast is fine. I'm good with that. We might do some simming today. Probably get through a little bit more of the spring. I don't know if I'm going to do the entire spring because I probably want to show a little bit of it in the opening episode of Season 2. So Kyle Freeland has started 2 games. He's got a 1-0 record, and then that ERA is not great. The whip's not terrible, honestly. Let's go ahead and get into this game, though. We'll be pitching first here to Leody Taveras, and that's a nice strike on the slider there. Nice start. Throw the 6-12 curve here. Kind of work him around the box. And that misses badly, but that is called a ball. That is a terrible call. Not a good pitch. Not a good call. Get him to miss on the slider. Again, not exactly where I wanted it to go. And let's see if we can work this fastball right on the edge here of the box. And we cannot without it getting hit. But that's okay. Brenton Doyle, who has been excellent in fielding. I have loved using fielding with him. He's been solid. Very solid. Let's go ahead and turn off the music. Since we're in game at least. And now we get Evan Carter. Really, really good player here. We have to try to avoid getting him going. And they actually call... Well, no. I mean, that was well inside the box. Thinks about swinging, doesn't. Let's try to work up this top left corner here with a fastball. Get him to swing at it. Now, the thing with Kyle Freeland is he has really, really low velocity on these pitches, actually. So he'll throw a fastball that's only about 89 miles an hour. There you can see it says up to 91. So he's not going to throw any heaters, for sure. Definitely more of a finesse pitcher, and somehow that is not called a strike. I don't know. I think I would call that a strike. Get him to foul off the slider. And then throw a sinker right here on the corner. I don't mind that. We'll see what he can place it. Gets him to kind of check swing again, but nothing going. And now we're going to probably try to put this one in the box. I wouldn't mind walking him. Okay, he fouls that one off. I definitely don't want to give him any good pitches here. This one, he's a little risky. We'll try it. And he does get that one with that 93 speed, man. Evan Carter, fantastic player there. Batting about 300 on the spring part of the season here. And now we got Corey Seager, of course, really good player here. This one's popped up, and Ryan McMahon running it down. Should be able to get under this one as long as it stays in the park. It does. And that is the end of the Rangers at bat. So we get John Gray coming out. Of course, John Gray's pretty solid. We'll see what we can do against him, though. I think he's a doable player here. And then I'd really like to get Brenton Doyle going. I'd like to see him play a little better than he has. Foul off that fastball. Where's the baby reveal? We got the baby yesterday. We might be able to see the baby here in a minute. Baby was the star of the show there. Ooh, that 97 mile per hour got me. Actually, pretty good timing, but again, Brenton Doyle's contact sucks. And then that one's fouled off a little late. She probably would do better swinging than I do. I'm terrible. That one's hit, and that's fair. And yeah, we're not going to try second. I thought about going to second with that 99 speed, but we'll take a base hit for Brenton Doyle, and this is where he's really dangerous because now we can look to steal with him. Oh, and they try to catch him off base there. That was pretty good. I can't remember what that's called. 22. What a terrible number. Oh, and they get him out. I thought with that 99 speed, he'd get that for sure. Really good throw there by the catcher. And I mean, you got to try it, I think. I don't know. That one's fouled off. Now 1-2. Don't we know something about 22? Do we know something about... Or someone with 22. I don't know anybody with 22. Heaven's Angle. I have a mod with 22, but I don't know where he's at. I don't want to bring Nolan Jones' average down. Way late on that one. Hey guys, just got here. Did I miss anything? Mr. Aggie23 joining the chat. And that one, get way under it. And that's going to be our second out. What movie's on the menu tonight, Mr. Aggie? So I feel like I got raked over the coals for my my critique of... Well, why did I even swing at that? The Heat. As in Al Pacino, The Heat? I swung at that one too. I don't know what I'm doing. Those aren't even close pitches. I guess I can't think and bat at the same time. As in Val Kilmer, The Heat? And then I watch that fastball. Of all the ones I don't swing at, it's the one that's easily hittable there. Terrible first inning for me offensively. Even though I got Doyle on base, couldn't do anything with it. And the Rangers really looking good here. Unlike in real life. Rangers suck in real life. I don't know what's going on with them. Although they had a good game today. Of course, in 4 minutes, we have St. Mary's playing for their season against Oregon State, the top seed in Corvallis in the College World Series. To try to work a sinker to the bottom of this box here. That one's hit up, and that's going to be a base hit. Take a bad angle on it. And that'll be a double there for Adolis Garcia. I suppose I should probably start warming somebody up here. Let's see. Let's get Tyler Matzek warming up. Or actually stretching, not warming up. And Joe Barlow. I'd like to see what he can do. Of course, we've got Alex Cobb in as well. Yeah, actually, let's get Alex Cobb stretching and tossing. I don't know that I'm going to put him in the game unless he's needed, but if Kyle Freeland can't get a hold of these pitches, then we're going to have to sub him in. Slider goes exactly where I wanted it. Sinker, bottom left corner pocket, misses a little bit, and we don't draw the swing. So the thing with Kyle Freeland is, like I said, he doesn't have a lot of power. Watch your nuts there in the first gallery. He doesn't have a lot of power on these pitches. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. I forgot he was at second. I should have... I don't know what I was doing there. Really, really dumb. Now we have first and third. That's a ball? The ball is entirely inside the square. How is that not a strike? Might be a good idea for the Rangers to try to steal here. The slider misses. Of course, we might just load the bases. Unintentionally. Oh, sinker gets a swing and a miss. We're going to put the sinker in the same spot. And then the fastball right here. Corner left pocket. That one's hit. Double play, and we get the double play, but the Rangers do score one off of it. So some good and some bad. I could have tried to preserve the run there by going home. Might have been a little risky, though. I thought it was better to just go for the double play, personally. This one's going to be a base hit. Marcus Semien. Alright, I think might be time to start warming up Alex Cobb, because this is not going well. That one's called a strike. Alright. Get a call here. Thank you, ump. Work the outside of this box. A little miss there on the zone. This is good, though. It's nice to get a pitching tryout here with, Yeah, we gotta sit Kyle Freeland already. Here in the second inning, and it's already this bad. This is why I brought in Alex Cobb, though, because if we don't have the starters to necessarily go that far in the rotation, then we can put in somebody like this here. And he is a starter, so he should have the stamina to pitch longer than just 1 or 2 innings. And he's ready to go. And let's see what Alex Cobb's got. And his first hit, Britt Doyle chasing it, gets it! And that's the end of the second inning. Or, I guess, for the Rangers. That's Doyle's fielding and speed right there. And that's why Doyle is so useful for us. He's such a good defender. It's just offense that's really weak for him. John Gray pitching again. Almost hits Ryan McMahon in the head there. Swinging on the fastball that's a little high. Was late anyway. I've been catching myself looking at these a little bit harder. And swinging a miss on that fastball. Again, way too late. And Gray's been liking that four-seamer. Now he throws the four-seamer bottom. So, 4 four-seamers on this at-bat here. And then I hit the, what is that one? S-curve. A little early on it. That is a sweeping curve, apparently. And then I chase the circle changeup to the outside there. Oh, man. I swear I was actually looking pretty decent here. Four-seamers outside. Kind of just watching that four-seamer. That might have been a good one to swing at, too. That one's hit, but contact was pretty weak. Probably my best timing on the day, but Tovar just doesn't get a good hit on it. So sometimes, you know, just because my timing's good doesn't mean these guys are going to actually knock the fire out of the ball. And now we get Charlie Blackmon versus... Oh, man, I could have had that one out of the park. Way too early on the sweeping curve, which is a really slow pitch. And then I swing at the 97-mile-per-hour fastball that's nowhere in the strike zone. And it was too late anyway. And then I swing at the sweeping curve yet again, and that's the end of the second inning. Oh, I've got to iron these kinks out before Season 2. Alright, Alex Cobb here against Leody Taveras. Nice 6-12 changeup there. Gonna throw the sinker, bottom of the strike zone, misses a little bit outside. And then let's try it again. Missing a little bit under the strike zone now, and we're behind 2-1. I'm gonna try the sinker here on the left. That one's inside the strike zone. Really nice pitch there. And this is for the strikeout. We're going to see if we can work him back outside a little bit. Missing badly on the 6-12 changeup. And then sinker will go right back to the bottom right. This one's hit. Count is full. You can see our first walk situation here. We're going to try to keep this one bottom of the strike zone. And we get the strikeout there from Taveras. I really like Alex Cobb's ratings, and his pitch array, as we see Evan Carter again already, his pitch array is actually not bad. Missing a little bit on that sinker. Interestingly, he doesn't throw a fastball, so again, it's all about finesse pitching here. A few heaters, though. I'm not going to say he doesn't have some hit on him. Let's see what these... So, no pitch faster than a 97, but that 97 is a sinker. It's a pretty nice pitch. So, his sinker is kind of his fastball. This one's going to be foul. And we're ahead 1-2. Now going to throw the splitter bottom right here. So, Cobb's still mostly a finesse pitcher. It's a little unfortunate, too, because with the velocity he has, he could really have a heater of a fastball. But he just doesn't have a fastball in his repertoire. which I kind of find hard to believe. What pitcher doesn't have a fastball? Do a lot of pitchers have a sinker instead of a fastball? I'm not really sure. Corey Seager at bat now, and we're going to throw this one for the double play. That's the end of the top of the third there. Really nice double play. I'm liking my defense so far. I'm making decent decisions here. It's my batting that's been weak in this episode, or this stream. Really nice double play there. Tovar. Then back to first. CJ Crone leading off. Let's go ahead and get somebody else warming up too. Again, Joe Barlow. Alright. So CJ Crone against John Gray. John Gray up to 26 pitches. Pretty high confidence here. And it's hard to blame him. He's been striking me out like nobody's business. Foul off that fastball. Way too high to be swinging at, though. Good timing. But timing doesn't really matter when you're swinging at a pitch like that. Swinging again at a high fastball. And quite honestly, he has not landed... Can I see stats real quick? Pitcher analysis. So we're going to look at John Gray for the Rangers. And let's just look at the fastball. And you can see 90% of his fastballs here. He's thrown 19. And he's struck on... I've struck on 74% of them. But you can see a lot of these fastballs are actually outside the strike zone. So I really shouldn't be swinging at these in the first place. That one's in the strike zone, of course. Of course, I'm sitting there watching it. Alright, now we got Aaron Hicks, who's had a pretty decent spring so far. A little late on that one. Not too bad. Fouling off the fastball that I shouldn't have swung at. Again, another fastball. Good timing. And then a little early on the sweeping curve there. Yeah. That was a good one to swing at too, probably. Swing and a miss on the fastball. I'm not sure that was my fault. Yeah. I think that was mostly McIver's fault. So here is our new starting catcher in spring. Misses on the slurve. That one's entirely me. Replacing Drew Romo. They're about the same overall. But McIver's actually outperformed Romo offensively in spring. Now, I don't know about defensively.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony Romo's son, right? Is that what I said yesterday? Did I call him his son or his brother? I don't remember. Is he actually related to Tony? No. No? Yes? Also, welcome John Smith. I drop in and all I see is you chasing... Dude, yesterday was such a good day for me on swing timing, and today has just been abysmal. I actually, earlier this morning, was playing some of these spring games on my own, and I was on fire. Guys were getting good contact. Cousin. Oh, I said cousin. Nice splitter. Alex Cobb is a 38-year-old we signed here in free agency to be a long reliever. And that's going to be an easy out. Defense looks great. I think our fielding is probably going to be one of the tops in the league. And if the pitching is better than last season, I think this team has a chance to win more games. But the offense, I don't know. Splitter misses. Yeah, you're going to have to help me. You're going to have to coach me a little bit here on swing timing and how I should know what to swing at. Another easy out here. Yeah, the Rangers offensively outside of Evan Carter haven't been too impressive. Jonah Heim. Nice splitter. I'm really, really liking pitching here with Alex Cobb. I think he's been fantastic. Nice catch. Really nice catch there. Good job, Tovar. Are you aiming with the controller of your bat, or are you just hitting the... I'm just timing. So I wanted the players' ratings to matter the most, but I do still want to play the game. So the way I found with that was just to time the pitch as best as I can, and then hope their contact carries through. Yeah. See, I'm swinging at that one, and I'm late on these fastballs. I used to be good on fastballs and early on every other type of pitch, and I've worked myself out a bit on being late with these fastballs now because I watched them too hard, and then I still chase them high. That one was going to be a strike. Okay. Late again, though. Very late. And that one's popped up. Got a little under that one with the bad timing. And, of course, Doyle's the one we want on base, too, at that 99 speed. Of course, we had a failed steal attempt earlier with him. And here's our superstar. It's under that one. Good timing, but okay contact. And I can live with that. I can live with that. If I get good timing on more of my swings, these guys are going to start hitting the ball. And especially with how Nolan's been hitting it about 450 on spring so far. I'll show, I don't know if you saw, you just got in, that's right. Earlier I was showing off my lineup. A little late on that one. Quite a bit late, actually. I was showing off my lineup, and I think we made a change at catcher that might help a little bit offensively. That one's hit, and that's going to be a base hit here for Brendan Rodgers. So you at least see me get one base hit. Maybe I can get a home run like I did yesterday. Ryan McMahon almost gets his head taken off there by John Grace. 97 mile per hour fastball. We were seeing a 101 yesterday. I don't remember who it was I was getting pitched at by, but I probably should have run for first. Or second. I didn't think 41 speed was enough to do it, but maybe I should have run for that one. Swing and a miss. And was that timing? Yeah, too early. Too early. And then I get hit. I get bailed out. Let's go. Just like St. Mary's yesterday. Guy hit like 2 or 3 different people. And then in comes Ezekiel Tovar, who's had a really solid spring so far. I also don't have a lot of speed on this team. That's another thing I'd like to improve. Definitely could use more speed. So he likes to work in a high four-seamer. And that's going to be the end of the inning. Darn! Not very much contact on that one. Another good timing, though. I'll connect on one of those, I think, once the relievers come in. Let's see here. We have Barlow and Matzek warming up. I think I'll stick with them for now. Or stick with Alex Cobb. I'd like to get through this inning. I want to try to keep my my bullpen was a little tired after our first game yesterday. So I'd like to keep... Nice. Swing on the splitter. Keep him a little cooled off here. Oh, just barely outran him there. I don't know why Cobb didn't run to first so I could fling it to him. I guess we didn't need to, but did he know that? This has been a really, really solid relief effort here by Cobb, actually. He is starting to get a little tired, which is interesting because he's a starting pitcher and he's only gotten 25 pitches deep. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Might be time to start getting him out of the game. Unfortunately. Let's go... Let's go Barlow here. Right into the gap, yeah. And especially with the speed of Doyle. That's something we can usually track down, but that was just... kind of got down really quickly there. Had no air under it. This is interesting. I've never seen this cold meter like this. Usually it's a circle meter. Very weird here. I don't know why they changed it up on me. Alright, but he's ready. Let's get him into the game. So this is Joe Barlow, our Rule 5 edition after Season 1. Nice swing and miss on the slider there.
0-1.
Slider? Slurve? I don't know what that is. It's like, I gotta learn these pitches as well.
Got him.
We'll take the out at first, but that does get a runner into third, so next base hit gets us down 2-0. Yeah, Joe Barlow was our probably one good Rule 5 edition, and then I made 2 more, and then I found out that you have to have them on the MLB roster the entire season. Bit lame there. Perfect. Boom. Alright. Well, defense has really held up here. If I can get some runs, I think we'll win this game. And they're going to change Nathan Eovaldi in. Charlie Blackmon, I think it's about time for him to retire, I fear. He's really, really struggled with us. Good timing. Bad pitch to swing at, but good timing. Of course, he's the only one I've hit a home run with in this series, so... Then I chased that one too, man. I am getting killed by these curveballs. It's curveballs and, oh, splitter. I did at least foul that off. They brought out the ace. Is Nathan Eovaldi the Rangers ace? I really got to learn the, pitching rotation better, and... Oh, that's a fail of a first at-bat there. Man, he had me questioning every swing. I don't know. Great. Think we can get one off of him there, but a little early on that swing. He actually just got injured in real life. Okay. Where's he from? Eovaldi. Trying to figure out what that last name would be from. Latin America? Oh, good contact, but terrible swing timing there. Man. I finally got the curveball, but it wasn't very good. And that one, unfortunately, is going nowhere. That leaves Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks are one of our big free agency signings.
Nope. Ball 1.
It's from the same place Nolan Ryan from. Oh. Alvin. Does Nolan still have any... Oh, man, I'm slow on that. Does he still have any affiliation with the Rangers? Like, didn't he used to be a partial owner, or... Oh my gosh, I chased that of all pitches, man. I'm early on it anyway.
Ball 2.
Not getting me with the splitter. Oh, late on the four-seamer and fouled it off, but I don't think that would have gotten a call. Can you challenge a strike? Oh! That was good timing, too. That was good timing. Tough pitch. Curveball gets me again. I don't think my timing was very good on that one. Okay. So we've got Joe Barlow in. He's only pitched 4 times, so I'd like to keep him in. We're gonna get Karinchak warming up. We got a lefty here. I thought about throwing in my lefty pitcher, but... Oh, that's a ball? Come on. I saw Evan Carter slip the umpire some money, actually, before that pitch, which is pretty disturbing of the Rangers. Just like the Astros, always cheating. Almost take Evan Carter's knees out in retribution. We fall behind 2-1. Nice slider there. All right. I want to see if he'll chase me outside to the right a little bit. Nope. And a bad pitch anyway. Hit him. I'm tempted to. I'm going to throw him a four-seamer right down the middle and see what he does with it. Nothing. Yeah, he's scared. If I hit him, would they clear bases? Do they have that in this game? Slider. I'm liking Barlow's pitches through the start of spring. Really think he's got some skill. Has high upside, too. I think he's got beat potential. He's still pretty young. Let's throw this a little inside. Yep, fouled off. What is his potential, actually? Barlow. Oh, he's 29 years old. I take it back. He does not have that much upside. Thought for sure he was younger. Nice throw by Ryan McMahon there. 2 away now in the top of the 6th. Should I hit someone? Just for the fun of it? Let's see if I can. Oh! He don't want to take the hit. Look at him, he's mad. Who was the guy that threw the punch for the Rangers? Is Joe Barlow going to have to watch out? Oh, man. We're going to have an Arlington hit after this. Of course, we're not even in Arlington. I don't know where this is, actually. And the slider gets him to swing and miss. Yeah, Runed? Runedador? Can't remember how you say that first name. Alright, we got our star squad coming up. Britton Doyle bats second, so a chance to get him leading off. Or not leading off, but get him on base at least. Willie McIver, the rookie catcher, misses on the cutter. I thought that was actually decent timing. Nope, too early. Not even close. Missing on the slider there. Too early. I swear I've actually gotten better at swinging, but... And then chasing the slider down low. Maybe I just wanted to get Britton Doyle in. Yeah. Willie McIver out of there. What just happened to my computer? Scanning for signal. What do you mean? What is going on here? Sorry, swinging and missing. Where did my computer go? What just happened? Can't even tell if I'm still on. Scanning for signal. What? 1 second. What is going on? Woo! Okay. Weird. Screen just shut off on me. Not cool. Not cool at all. I don't know if the cables got knocked loose or something, but we're back. Alright, Britton Doyle. I did swing and miss there when that was going down. Doesn't matter, I'm going to do it anyway. They're also early. I've just been really, really early. Get under that one, but pretty weak contact. Ball doesn't come down in time, man. Ah, it's a shame. Alright, Nolan Jones, come on. If anybody's going to knock the ball out of the park here, it's not going to be me. With Nolan Jones, that is. It's not just that I'm swinging at bad pitches here. It's that I'm also really, really early on these. That one probably decent timing, yeah. Just bad placement. And then I swing on that one. Nolan Jones takes off. 75 speed? No, not even close. And do I need to simulate? Maybe I need to simulate an inning or two just to give us a chance. And I think Barlow, I probably can go ahead and sub him out. We'll get him through this one, though. Let me get... this is a lefty, actually. Yeah, we'll just have them keep stretching and tossing for now. Oh, come on! We're calling that a ball? That's a strike. You're joking about challenging strikes earlier. Someone just got ejected for tapping their helmet after the strike call. tapping their helmet? You can get ejected for that? Like they got mad or something? Well, like a flagrant or something, or a taunting penalty in basketball? Or a technical, I guess. Tapping your helmet was how you could challenge a strike call during spring training when they were testing the robot umps. Oh. But I don't understand why that gets a ejection. So it's just they're mad because they're making fun of it. I see. Let's get Matzik in the game here against the lefty. That's pretty weak though. That's what the NFL's doing. It's a little too much. The refs just need to get out of the way of the players, I think, for the most part. Oof. Curveball misses badly there. Let's try a curveball to the middle. We'll see where these pitches go. With Tyler Matzek, previously our long reliever, but he just does not have the stamina for it, I found. So one thing I'm trying to figure out in this series too is, do I want to focus on having a star-studded starting pitcher cast rotation, I guess? This one's hit up. That's going to be foul unless Nolan Jones can't get to it. Or do I want to worry more about having a really good bullpen? Oh my gosh, that's hit hard. We're going to see if we can even get this to third here. Not going to test me though. Alright, took offense, yeah. I don't blame him. Although I do kind of blame. I mean, I don't know. It's just a little weak. Curveball misses. Got Simeon at bat here. Pretty good. Four-seamer down the middle. Fouled off on that slider. I'm going to try to work him down here if I can. Not bad. That'll be another out. So no sack fly incoming at least. Work the outside of the strike zone. Really nice pitch there from Matzek. Again, work the outside of the zone. Get him to swing and miss. That's a good pitch right there. And then we'll hit him with the curveball. And I'm going to put it right down the middle. He does get under it, but that'll be easy. Okay. Again, I have nothing but good fielding here and good pitching so far. Pretty decent pitching, at least. But my at-bats have been pretty putrid, to be honest. Cutter, four-seamer, slider, sinker, circle. Okay. Nope. The contact also hasn't been good. In my defense, every time I've gotten a decent timing, like just early's not bad, or if I've gotten a good timing on a pitch that was in the strike zone, the contact has just not been there. And that's just late. And again, terrible contact under it, and that's going to be our second out. I mean, what do I do with that? You know, that's not horrible timing. That's certainly playable. I just don't have a lot of great offense here. Ah, that was late. No, that was actually good. Oh yeah, I'll have to watch that. I saw you texted it to me. And now I'm chasing a cutter. I'm frustrated. Might go for a power swing here, see if we can just hit one out of the park. He gives me something better than that. This is Owen White, rocking the mullet and the porn stash. Lovely. Missing on the cutter. We're going into the 8th. And I would like to get Chris Kell warming up. And I'm going to put in Karen Shack here. Oh, I didn't mean to end the warm-up. I meant to get him warm first. Whoops. Going against Connor Joe. So I know Connor Joe can be pretty good offensively. This one's hit up. And Hicks should be able to run that down. If this game score ends 1-0, I'm going to be so frustrated. I really am. Especially after yesterday where I scored 1 run at least. We could have used this defense yesterday. That's going to be a base hit. Karinchak's probably the guy I'm most excited for out of my bullpen. He's got fantastic per nines. Can we actually see his ratings here? 99 hits per nine, 94 strikes per nine. But, or strikeouts per nine? I don't know. Strikes? 20 walks per nine. So he's going to walk a lot of players. But that break is 99, that velocity is 84, the pitching clutch is 94, and even the control 64. And the home run's 64. So I don't know how well he'll simulate, and he only has 2 fastballs and a knuckle curve. But I think Karinchak has a pretty bright future in the bullpen. Nice swing and a miss there on the knuckle curve. And then we're going to hit him with the 4-seamer, top left pocket. Fouled off. Wants me to throw a knuckle curve to the outside. We'll see what he can do with that. Doesn't chase it. I would chase it. And then work a 2-seamer to the right here. Doesn't chase that one either, but a nice placement. And then try a corner pocket knuckle curve. No swing there from Fosk. We're almost done with the 8th inning here. Now Corey Seager checks in. Had a pretty bad year, it looks like. Or, I guess, having a bad year. 179. That 4-seamer missed pretty badly. Knuckle curve just barely finds inside the strike zone. And now we're looking to put a fastball. I'm going to work this up. And he swings and misses. And we're through 8. We might pitch almost a perfect game, perfect fielding. I mean, they have 7 hits, I guess. I guess the fielding's been better than the pitching. But now we need 1 run to extend this game. We got Charlie Blackmon leading off. With 65 speed, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Oh, wait, this is the bottom of the 8th. Early on the curveball. Oy vey. Chasing a changeup I shouldn't have swung at. At least I got better timing on that. Okay, I'm not going to chase that one. And then can I, real quick, get Chris Kell warming up and Ferguson also stretching. Alright. I did steal Jose Leclerc, the Rangers closer from last season. Oh, fouled off the curveball there. So, I would like to get him in the game. Oh, how did that not... That basically went through my elbow. How's that not a hit? Alright, here we go. He's going to put this one back in the strike zone for sure. No, he doesn't! The change up and I swing at it. Oh, man. This is not good. CJ Crone. I've had pretty good success with him in spring. I'm swinging so early on these curveballs. Okay. I'm going to lock in here. I'm locking in. I just need 1 good one here. And CJ Crone's got the power. Late on that one, I think. No, good. Again, just weak contact. Contact has been terrible. Oh! Second home run on the channel, baby. CJ Crone gets all of that one, and we have tied this game. A solo home run. 430. And Crone goes yard. The second Rocky to go yard in my videos. And a former Rocky at that. That is awesome. It didn't even feel like the contact was that great. I actually did a power swing on that one. Because I saw he had 69 power, and I know we needed 1 run to tie the game at least. So, now we get Aaron Hickson, and I'm definitely okay with keeping him in. Ah. A little late on that one. Actually, early. Again, just missing it. And that's going to be a base hit. No. All right, so we might be looking to have a... Is it a save? Good swing timing. I mean, I'm starting to get under it a little bit. And Willie McIver, the catcher, I do want to see what he can do, so I'm going to keep him in. Didn't feel like swinging at that one. Willie has pretty weak contact against righties. Better power, but he does get under this one. Ball will not come down in time, though, and we're going to the ninth, all tied up. And that means, of course, I didn't have him warming up. I wish I did. We're actually going to sit down. Who are we against here? We're against the righty. Ferguson's already warm. Let's sit him down, and let's get Jose Leclerc warming up. We're going to put in Chris Kell, our setup pitcher. He's already ready. If we can hold, we can have a chance to walk off on this one. That's a good strike to start. This could be my first ever full game on the channel where I win on video, and Nolan Jones should be able to track this down, and he does. This is exciting. I do want to get Leclerc in the game. The righty. It might not be a bad idea to put Ferguson in here. I'm going to keep him out, though. I'm going to trust Cal. I did want to get a lefty in against Biggers. But if we can just get past this one, it should be fine. And we can save Flair for a potential 10th inning as well. That's something to consider. I'm going to see if I can get him to chase up right here. This is a bit risky. Okay. Now get him to chase low with the changeup. He does hit it. That will run foul. Woohoo! That was close. And then a two-seamer. I'm going to try to get this one as far outside the strike zone as possible. Another foul. I really want to have a chance to win this game with a walk-off. I want it bad. That's a strike, and we're going to the third at-bat here in the ninth. And who is it? Sam Huff. And we're going to rock with Chris Kell one more time if we can. Let's give him the entire... is this a save attempt? Let me know if this is a save attempt. I actually don't really know. Do you have to be ahead for it to be a save? No. Okay. Not a save attempt. So you have to be ahead 1 to 3 points. Is that correct? For it to be a save? Is this one's going to be hit? And we're going to have a chance to win this game here in the bottom of the ninth. And we got our big three at bat here. Doyle, Jones, and Rogers. If I can't hit with these guys, I don't know. If we can get Doyle on base, especially, I'm going to be trying to draw a walk here if I can. We'll take that. That's a friendly start. Oh, they have Andrew Heaney, too. If I can get Doyle on base, and then I could threaten just to win off a base hit or something. That's not a bad hit. Can it fall? It will! We get Doyle on base. Okay, 99 speeds on base now. I am going to look to steal with this one. We're going to see... No, instead it's a double play. Wow, that was deflating. Okay. Bit deflating there, for sure. Now we got Brennan Rodgers.
Outside, that's a ball.
Ah. That was good timing, just weak again on the contact. And then the changeup, I think it was a little early there. Yeah, but just early. Again, that was a playable ball there by Rogers. And then I chased the changeup. We're going to 10. Alright, well, nobody can be blamed but the offense on this one. And specifically me, because the defense has been fantastic. And now we are working with the extra innings rule. I'm going to go ahead and get Jose Leclerc in the game against his former team. Part of me wanted to save this for the regular season, but that's okay. And he's already warmed up, it looks like. Get a strike on Marcus Semien. This is very scary. Semien got me earlier. And I get him to swing on a low one there. I was kind of trying to just play it safe. Worst case scenario, it's a ball, but actually swings at that one. Got Nathaniel low, spells Nathaniel wrong. Cutter. Slider. And I have loved pitching with Jose Leclerc. It's been pretty awesome so far. So the circle change up. That missed a little bit. I was not placing it there. And then it's going to have me put a four-seamer just outside the strike zone here. Doesn't chase that one. How about a circle change up bottom right? That one's hit up and that's foul. This is the big one, though. If we can avoid... Nice! We get the strikeout. I was going to say, if we can avoid the sac fly situation, it would be best. Four-seamer up high. And then I still have Ferguson to come in. I guess I should get him stretching. So one thing I guess I didn't know. These are my only two pitchers I can have remaining in the game, right? I can't bring anybody back into the game, even though we're in extra innings. So if this goes 15, 16 innings, these relievers that have no stamina, they just kind of have to deal with it, right? That's brutal. That's very brutal. This one's hit up, and that's an easy out. Can't put pitchers back in. Or have position players pitch. I didn't even think about that. I guess they could. Or they can't, but it'd be interesting. So, I mean, that's interesting. Not sure if the game lets you, yeah. What happens if my guy runs out of stamina? I guess I'm just I'm lobbing up softballs all game then remaining. And we're hoping that we can hit more of those softballs. It's the home run derby, I suppose, at some point. Which I do want to do this season. Let's do this real quick. Let's get... Who's our fastest speedster here? 48, 45. Probably Jeremy De La Rosa. Yeah, let's get Jeremy De La Rosa in to pinch run. The 79 speed, he might be able to make something happen. Ah! Just late on that one. I don't think I'm going to try to have him steal third, though. I just want him in. Yeah, I didn't feel good about that one. We'll sit on that one. Doggone, I'm chasing these low ones really badly. I don't want to have... I just don't want to risk having him try to steal. There I am, chasing it again. And Rocker throws a lot of different pitches. Oh, that one doesn't stay fair! That was the game right there. If I was just a hair later. That was the walk-off RBI. And I'm going to try to be patient here. With one out, you know, if I can get a guy on base, get two guys on base, that's not bad. Ooh, it was close. I felt comfortable about that. Charlie Blackmon, hero of yesterday. Would love a walk-off home run, though. Oh, and then swinging late on that fastball. Was not anticipating that. All right, Charlie Blackmon. Get us out of this one.
Count 1-0.
Of course, we have CJ Crone on deck. That's not going to come down in time. Decent hit there, but we're going to the 11th. And Evan Carter leading off here. That's terrifying. Surprised he didn't go for that cutter. Gonna try to work a two-seamer. He swings at that one. Man. I'm gonna throw a cutter low here. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't test that one. I forget, you gotta be a little more cautious when you're in the extra innings here. And that's a swing and a miss for Evan Carter. We survive yet again. Yeah, these guys are both warming up. I gotta have Jose Leclerc a little fresh, so let's get John Curtis. Yeah, let's get John Curtis ready and waiting here. Christian Pache. That's a strike. Can't get him to chase that slider. Nice cutter there from Jose Leclerc. Really, really impressive pitching. And now I'm going to work a fastball up a little bit. Fouls it off. And then maybe a slider down here. Let's see if he chases this one. No. 2-2. Am I getting a little cute with it? That's a strikeout again. Leclerc is keeping us in this game, and we just need to score 1 run. Intentional walk on Corey Seager? Really? With 2 outs? Are we scared of a home run here, I guess? How do I intentionally walk? I guess walk batter? Oh, okay. That's interesting. I haven't come across that really yet in this game. Ah, missing on those. I gotta remember, we're not in a walk-off situation here. That's okay. Alright, bottom of the 11th. I was not expecting this game to go this long. Especially when we couldn't get a single hit all game, but... Owen White checks in. Charlie Blackmon is starting on second due to the extra inning rule. You may want to replace them. I don't think I do I? I don't think I have better speed here, yeah. That's fine. CJ Crone. Yeah. Chasing that cutter. Just early. I mean, some of these really are hittable balls here. That one was not, and I shouldn't have swung at it. That was so high. Good timing, though. I really gotten the timing down a little bit. Oh, and then I chased the slider way outside. Those sliders are just brutal. They're the worst. Aaron Hicks comes in. Whoops. Just hit my headphones. Oh, I hope you like defense, because this is the game for you. Really late on that sinker. Gosh. I'm just getting really slow on these. Slider gets me. I'm way early on it. It's low. It's a good pitch. Miss on the circle changeup. Alright, so now we can't even sack fly. Not testing that. Willie McIver. Do I want to pinch hit here? I don't think I do. Ah! Just late on that one. That one's gonna be hit. McIver's there! Okay, okay, we got a chance. One more base hit wins the game. Come on. Oh, how does this not get there in time? Oh, man, that's close. Actually, I'm starting to get a groove on my thumb. Okay, I definitely want to pinch hit here. I think. Do I have someone who's better against righties? Contact right and vision. Brendan Rodgers, maybe? Colton Wong? 68 contact. I'm really just looking at that contact. 66 contract. What about that clutch? 64, 62. And then 72 and 46 versus 69 and 58. I think I'm going to try to pinch hit with Colton Wong here. Of course, Colton Wong has a really low strike zone. Get under that one. Come down. Get out of the park. No, not even close. Oh, see, there's where we could have sack flied if we had one more out remaining. All right. How about 12 innings? How do we feel about that? As I think we're going to have to check Jose Leclerc out of the game here in a minute. That's for sure. Try to get one more strikeout out of him. If we lose this game, it is not his fault. It genuinely is not his fault. Alright, come on. Strikeout on Jax Biggers. And they're going to pinch run there. We're going to bring in John Curtis. Get Sam Huff here. This one's popped up. And that should be easy to track down. Oh, 80 speed and you're not going to test that one. Okay. I thought they might try to test me there. We get Marcus Semien in the game. Ooh. I do like this extra innings rule because it means you're always on the back foot kind of sort of here. So like we're scared because they could take a run easily. I guess now it's a little bit harder, but a base hit could get them a run and now you're down one. As that's a strikeout, we're going to the bottom of the 12th. And they're scared because now we can walk off. We have no outs and we have a guy starting on second. Well, Benson checks in. Jack Leader will check in. And Colton Wong is starting on second. We may want to replace them. We're going to replace Colton Wong with Brenton Doyle, and we're definitely going to look to steal here. Oh, and if that one stayed fair. Game over! Walk-off home run, Nolan Jones! My first ever walk-off home run. My first home run with Nolan Jones, too. And we beat the Texas Rangers in 12. That is an all-timer game right there. That one's going on season 1 or season 2 episode 1. Definitely going to show that. Oh, that's great. Let's see this one again. Not even the best swing timing by me either. Didn't even need Brenton Doyle. Oh, Nolan Jones right there gets a hold of that one, and that is going the distance. Watch out, spotlight. Pretty sure it just went through that. We're going to hit that into someone's apartment right there. And my first Rockies victory on camera for a full game, too. So that's pretty fun. Of course, none of these games matter in the long run. So that's a bit lame, but... especially good against the Rangers. That's awesome. Player of the game, Nolan Jones. Not bad. John Curtis gets the win? How was win-loss determined? Because John Curtis barely even pitched. Let's look at the Rockies pitching first. How about that? 0 ERA across the board in a 12-inning game. That's pretty awesome. No runs given up. We do give up... why does it say 0 hits? That's not right. I don't think that's... are these stats correct? We had 1 walk only? Well, we intentionally walked too, so it wasn't even like 3 strikeouts. We didn't only have 4 strikeouts. I don't think these stats are correct. Win goes to the last pitcher who pitched before the lead was taken. Oh, okay. What's important about a win versus loss? Did you throw a no-hitter? No, I didn't. I definitely didn't throw a no-hitter. You can see they hit 7 times. And somehow it's showing 0 hits for the pitchers. I think that's just a bug. It's got to be. But... see, yeah, no, it's only showing... is it only showing this inning? Because Nolan Jones... okay, let's just get out of the game and then see. I think that's what's happening. It's only showing the last inning or something. No, it's still showing 0 hits. It's still showing only 1 at-bat for Nolan Jones. Somehow... yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Weird. Maybe I'm reading the stats wrong, but another win there. Not too bad. So this is my lineup going into the start of the season, I think. We lead off with Brenton Doyle, of course, and then my big 3 of Nolan Jones, Brendan Rodgers, who I think I'm looking to trade this year, depending on how the season goes. Ryan McMahon, also looking to probably trade him. And then Tovar 5th. I think Tovar probably could find himself bumping up the chart here. Blackman, if he doesn't stay, if he stays cold, he's gonna obviously find himself out of here, especially with how well these guys are doing. 234, 243, 304. Pretty solid numbers, except for Rodgers, McMahon, and Blackman, actually. And then, of course, we have Drew Romo, who's been pretty terrible so far. Montero, I want to find a place for him. Right now, I only have him hitting against lefties. But, you know, we might find a place for him at some point. And then Colton Wong's been really, really good. 278. Jeremy De La Rosa, our other Rule 5 guy, 63 overall. Now we're stuck with him. Again, I didn't know that that's how that worked. But he does have B potential. And after this year, we can always send him down to the minor leagues. It's just this first season, I believe. And then our pitching. So we still have Buehler, Marquez, Yanoa. Again, these 3 I'm not super impressed with, although that was a good game from Kyle Freeland. And then we have Alex Cobb as our long reliever. And a pretty solid bullpen, I have to say. So, pretty good start to spring so far. 7-7 is better than I thought we would go. Let's sim through this. We win this one against Kansas City. Mahomes magic, nowhere to be seen. And it looks like Brendan Beck pitched this one. In 4 innings, he gave up 1 run and 5 hits, so that's not phenomenal. Walker Buehler came in for 1 inning. And it says 6.18 ERA. Oh, I think that's their season ERA? No. How did Walker Buehler get a 6.18 ERA if he gave up if he had no earned runs? I'm not sure I'm understanding this correctly either. And then on offense, Doyle had a pretty bad day. It looks like Nolan Jones got 2 RBIs and a hit. He's batting .452 in spring. This is fantastic. De La Rosa and Colton Wong both don't get a hit. Oh, that's collective ERA. It must be, because that doesn't make any sense. Walker Buehler not had a very good spring, by the way. Rodgers does not have a good game here. McMahon gets a hit. Nice. Tovar gets a hit. And then Cronin Hicks. Nice. And I think I'm going to probably simulate through most of this. So I'd like to get the season going. And then, okay, let's jump into this one. So we have home team down by 2. The Angels. 2 runners on base. Jose Leclerc to close. Let's see if Jose Leclerc, he's probably done it how many times against the Angels in real life? Or I guess when he was on the Rangers. I don't know how long he was a Ranger. We're in the bottom of the 10th here. This is to close the game. I'm going to keep him in to see if he can get the save here. But he is tired, it says. We're up 5-3. This is Mickey Moniak. And this is match pitch right here. Yeah, I couldn't quite get that one where I wanted it. I'm going to throw a slider to the outside. I guess I'll see what I can do on that. That one's hit up, and that will be the game. Another win for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 10th. Another extra innings win, too. We're really getting exhausted this spring. That's why we get some rest before the league play starts. And Jose Leclerc takes down a former rival. Nolan Jones, 2 for 3, home run, RBI. Really, really liking Nolan Jones. I actually thought about trading him, too, because, you know, I mean, a 25-year-old with A potential. I think he has 94 potential. Or 26-year-old. I guess he's aged up now. 26-year-old with 2 years of service. Still has another 3 overall points to go up. And with those numbers, I don't know. Ron Washington. Was that Ron Washington? Wow. Was he the manager during the World Series run? I'm trying to remember how far back that was. Happy birthday, Nolan. Happy birthday, Nolan, indeed. That was so fun. I finally hit a walk-off. I've been wanting to hit one of those this entire series so far. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought that... I didn't... He looked familiar, but... I kind of thought he retired, to be honest. He wasn't he old when he was in Texas? Home team down by 1. 2 runners on base. And we'll see if we can jump in here as well. So I probably won't play another full game because it's already been an hour and almost a half. It is 6 as well. But I will see if I can jump in a few of these games. That's a bunt attempt. Wow, a successful bunt attempt. I haven't seen a bunt in this game. Wow. Pete Crow Armstrong. That one got me, I'm not going to lie. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. This is Caleb Ferguson in. Strike. I don't think they... Did they score off that? I don't think they scored off that, right? Oh, they'll score off this, though. Testing home plate. McIver gets him, and that's an out. Oh, McIver might have earned a starting spot over Drew Romo with that play right there. That's awesome. Nice throw. Who was that threw it to him? I didn't even see. We'll return to simulating, though. Really, really nice play. And we enter the game top of the 9th. Tie game. 2 on base here. This is against Ben Brown. Really huge play. That was awesome. I haven't seen that happen yet in game. That was pretty cool. McIver's only like a 63 overall, too. Pretty decent timing there, but that's going to be out. And no. Go back. I'm not going to test that with 58 speed. Elahudi Montero, who's had a pretty solid spring so far. Wouldn't mind seeing him. Load the base wouldn't be bad here. If we get a second ball, that's probably what I'm going to look to go for. Yeah, well, if we get a second ball, which we did, and I don't chase it with a super early swing there. Oh, diving play there. Who's the first baseman for Chicago? Ryan Noda. Emotionalist, the Terminator out there. Wow. And John Curtis pitching. Send a fastball right down the middle. I've really been impressed with John Curtis. He had a great season 1 for us. Easily our best pitcher.
No. Inside.
Oh, is the St. Mary's game on? It is. Of course, I don't have it on. Yeah, so St. Mary's playing for their season today.
2 balls. 1 strike.
Unfortunately, choked against USC. They had that. They were up. And then they choked. We'll go ahead and get them up, though. Oh, over Rogers' head, and this one's for home. Not even going to be close, and the Cubs will win there on an RBI. Man. Well, that's just how it goes sometimes, and it looks like St. Mary's is down 2-0 in the top of the third with the bases loaded, 2 away. So, hopefully they can win that one. I'll have to flip between chat here, and that bunt, that killed me. Ben Brown, player of the game for his 1 inning. I don't think I'm going to simulate the entire spring here as we get a win there. Looks like Nolan Jones, another great game. Batting .470 in spring. This is insane. Really, really insane stuff here from Nolan Jones. Looks like Oscar Yanoa had a pretty rough game. Well, I mean, not too bad. Only 1 earned run given up, and that was Jose Leclerc. But it looks like he did get the save. Okay. Nice. 23-8 by USD. Yeah, they ended up beating San Diego to win the WCC championship. So home team down by 2 runners on base with 2 outs. Yeah, I'll just simulate that one. Don't win it. Don't win that one either. And then we beat the Guardians. Because I saw USD beat them once or twice, but I guess they have a series there in the finals. I don't know. Nolan Jones, another pretty solid day. Still batting .416. And then Herman Marquez gives up a run in 1 inning. John Curtis gives up a run in this one, but Jose Leclerc with the save. Very nice. Some another game against the Rangers that we win, so that's pretty cool. Looks like we got some hits from Ryan McMahon in this game. That's going to bump his average up quite a bit. Nolan Jones, 5 at-bats, only 1 hit. That's not great. And then Herman Marquez, 5 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. Oy vey, Herman Marquez is just... I don't think I can really hang on to him for this season. April 12th, it looks like, was the game. Yeah, I guess that was back during the regular season. But they had a pretty competitive finals. And I think they won in the final game of the series. As they're down 3-0 here in the... now going into the bottom of the third. So, we'll see. Season's over if they lose this. They did upset Oregon State in the first game. That was pretty cool. First ever program win in the College World Series. So really glad to see that. Looks like we got some hits from Brendan Rodgers in this one, finally. He had been terrible to start the spring. And then CJ Crone, 4 hits and 5 at-bats. That's fantastic. Good for him. Go through the Mariners. Looks like we'll enter this one. Home team down by 2. 2 runners on base. Jose Leclerc, another save attempt. So we'll watch this one, and then we'll go ahead and probably call it on the stream. I'll detail what I'm looking to do as well. It's like they're going to sacrifice bunt. That was foul. Okay, so sacrifice bunt's interesting. I don't know if I could I have made a play there? Could I have gone the second maybe with that one? Not really sure. So slider hits perfect. Circle changeup misses, and oh boy. Game is tied now. Jose Leclerc has, I think that's officially a blown save, correct? Now we got to get out of this inning and hope that there's extra innings. Not gonna test. Yeah, blown save. That's what I thought. Steal. So one thing I haven't done this much, but I can pick off so they're gonna try to steal apparently, according to my manager, I guess. Which makes sense, I suppose. Then you can't steal off strike like that. First strike 3. Alright. We again find ourselves ahead 2. This time we have an out, but still 2 runners on base. And that's a swing and a miss there. Joe Barlow in for the save attempt. Thought he was going to swing on that one. I still use the catcher's suggestion pretty often for my pitches. That's one thing I would like to eventually kind of wean off of. But not knowing a ton, I tend to try to trust the catcher. A little outside, and this is not good. We definitely don't want bases loaded here, and the fastball gets Cole Young to strike out. And now we have a chance to secure the win. We're going to keep Barlow in. We'll work the top left here. That's popped up. Now I'll hit him with a slider, bottom middle. I like that call. He swings on that one, and this is for the game. Pitcher's getting tired, but how about you go for the win here with Joe Barlow? Well, let's try it again. How about you go for the win here with Joe Barlow? That's a ball? The ball is entirely inside the square. What do you mean that's a ball? Come on. Let's do an SMC check as they're still down 3-0, 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd. That's a ball too, man. That's a strike. All right. Again, for the game. 12-6 curve. I don't know about that. 4-seamer right down the middle. You won't. He does. And we walk him. All right. All right. It's time to get... Nobody's warming up, though. Nobody's remotely warm, actually. Interesting. Alright, we just gotta rock with Barlow, I think. Well, I guess we can get somebody warming up just in case. I don't know what the difference between the 2-seam fastball and the 4-seam fastball is. Good gravy. Again, the game-tying run. They're going for the win. And they will get it, man. Bad throw there. And we blow yet another one. The Mariners. My goodness. High-scoring game. Well, that was maybe my fault for not getting another pitcher warmed up and into the game. And I will own that one. Yeah. Loss goes to Joe Barlow, who Really did choke that one away for us. And I think I'd like to simulate through. We win a game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think that's where I'll probably leave off. But before I quit here, let's kind of walk through my Season 2 expectations. First of all, how many games did we win in year 1? Let me check real quick. Hey everyone, good to be. Oh, my playlist is way out of order. Interesting. I didn't see that happened.
Hello and welcome
I'll
back.
have to fix that. That's crazy. We ended year 1 with
Guys, 65. So unfortunately for them, nothing they could do. But the postseason, even at 85 and 60, closes out down at AA. Blue ball fire sees there. Great pitch from Brissett going to take on the
55 wins. Oh my gosh. Sorry, that took me a while to find that. 55 wins in year 1. So I think for this team in year 2, I'd like to see that grow to 70. I think 70 is my target. Maybe 75 is my optimistic target, but 70 wins in year 2 I think would be a success. Especially if we can, again, go to the future. Of course, we got the 7th pick. We fell from number 1 to 7th in the draft lottery, which I didn't even know MLB had draft lotteries. So I'm kind of thinking 70 is a pretty fair assumption. 15 extra wins. In that process, probably will want to trade away someone like Ryan McMahon, who has been pretty good for us so far in this spring. He is hot. We could look to trade away maybe... I don't really want to trade away Ezekiel Tovar, although he is cold now. So not so good in the recent few games. But Matzek's someone we could look to trade away for probably peanuts, honestly. And then maybe somebody like Marquez. Brendan Rodgers also is someone I think we could trade away for, maybe a good prospect or maybe an okay prospect. Those are kind of my first thoughts. Contract extensions, I'm thinking for sure Ezekiel Tovar. Karinchak, I kind of want to bring back if he has a pretty solid season. So I'll probably wait on that one. Chris Kell, kind of the same thing with him. Chris Kell's almost at his peak as it is. So his ratings are as they are. If those sim well and he plays well, I'd like to keep that on the team because he's going to probably be that good for another 4 or 5 years. If they don't, then there's really no reason. We know what he's going to be, and this is all he'll ever be. There's no reason to stick with that. He does have 2 more years of renewable contract, though. So, honestly, this is probably one I just let stay renewable. I don't think I'll be extending him. Barlow as well, 29 years old. And the stats are really fantastic. I love these stats, even if he blew that game. But again, this is one where at 29 years old, I'm probably better off just sitting on his renewable contract rather than trying to extend him for anything cheap. I mean, let's just see what we could do. 5 years at 7 million, so a little over $1 million per year. And he likes that offer. But do I really want to extend a guy that's 29 for 5 years? No, probably not. Not for that kind of money. Same thing with John Curtis, unfortunately. And then Oscar Yanoa, I might look to... I'll probably just bump him down to AAA. I just don't see him doing all that well. Brenton Doyle, this is another one. A big contract coming up where we know what he can be. His potential is in the 90s. But his current overall is 72, and he's 26 years old. So is he really going to hit that potential? I don't think so. The other thing with him is he's a great defender, but he has no offensive upside other than stealing bases, which... he's okay at. I mean, if we look at his MLB stats so far, he's stolen 38 in his 2 seasons. And I think there's a steal percent. Yeah, stolen base percent in the high 80s or the low 80s, but still pretty solid. Would like to bring him back. So what do 5 years look like? Almost $3 million per year, which is not exactly great. We could maybe look to do more like 2 for 5 years. But then, is he going to be every day? Is he going to be platoon? Do we give him a player option? At $2 million, that's not too bad. That might be a fairly decent deal. But the other thing with Brenton Doyle is in his 2 years, he hasn't exactly hit the ball particularly well. You got to get on base. You got to have a high on base percentage to then be able to steal bases. So that's kind of one thing I'd like to see go up even more than his average is his on base percentage. Maybe walks and stuff like that. But you have to have decent plate vision for that, and he's got 31. Plate vision and discipline are just not there. Sean Bouchard, someone we could maybe extend. Sterling Thompson, I definitely want to keep him on the roster, but he has so many years of renewability. Is this something we need to look to do now? Would that be cheaper? Well, you can't do it for very much, for cheap. If you're wanting to sign him for 10 years, it's going to be about $4 million a year. And we don't know that he's even going to hit that potential. So I don't think that's something I do. Same with Yanquiel Fernandez, Adele Amador. These are just guys I don't see myself extending for a lot of money. Willie McIver. And we could extend him for 10 years for around $800,000. So anyway, that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. Season 1 should be, or Season 2. I keep saying Season 1. Season 2 should be coming fairly soon. I just need to do a bit of editing on these preseason games and play the first game of Season 2. I will be playing opening day, the full game, on the first episode. So make sure you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time.